Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about something very, very important, and that is the transit of Mars and when it is going to be in the sign Aquarius, because this is huge. Let me just say, Mars will be in Aquarius from February 23rd through April 2nd. But there's going to be some conjunctions and some huge transits over placements that you need to know about. And the dates for this, because no doubt something big will happen. So Mars, the whole time it's in Aquarius, is important because Aquarius is the sign of humanity, but Mars is angry. Mars is action. Mars is motivated to get things done. And this means this will be an action-packed time period. So while it's in Aquarius, let me just say, when it first goes into Aquarius, it's going to be in the nakshatra Dhanishta. Now Dhanishta, it's already been in Dhanishta by the time it enters into Aquarius, because Dhanishta is a nakshatra that spans from Capricorn to Aquarius, to the early part of Aquarius. So while Mars is in Dhanishta, it is most violent. Why? Because Dhanishta, that nakshatra, is ruled by Mars. So Mars will be in Aquarius and in the sign of Dhanishta till, let's see, February. Well, it's going to be in Aquarius. It enters February 23rd, but it only stays in Dhanishta till March 3rd. March 3rd, Mars will enter Shatabhishak. So it's in this nakshatra for only 3 days into the month of March. But it enters into Dhanishta February 14th. So it's been here for a while. So from February 14th, while it's still in Capricorn, it will enter into Dhanishta and stay in Dhanishta to March 3rd. It's going to be much more violent at that point in time. Dhanishta is this really extreme nakshatra, but then Mars is going to go into Shatabhishak, which is actually a different energy, maybe more extreme, because while it's there, it will be crossing over Rahu. Now let me give you the dates and times for all of this so you can put it on your calendar and be ready. Before I do so, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. Go to galacticcenter.org and sign up for my free newsletter. And then once while you're there, scroll through all my offerings. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, where I have live classes every week. And we have an amazing community of people. You're going to want to become part of it. Also, don't forget my Galactic Planner, because you're going to want to know how this Mars affects you on a personal level in your personal chart. Go to galacticplanner.com. And last but not least, if you want to learn Vedic astrology, I have the best school out there. Go to my university and sign up. universityofvedicastrology.com. So continuing on, let me get you all straight with this. So Mars will be in Aquarius from February 23rd to April 2nd. And it's really intense here because it's going to be traveling with Rahu the whole time. And that dramatizes everything big time. By March 13th and 14th, pay attention. Mars is going to conjunct Rahu, and that intensifies Mars. Now they will be in the nakshatra Shatabhishak, which is ruled by Rahu, which means extreme events occurring across the globe for humanity. There may be some mishaps in the United States concerning air travel, or something to do with in the air, because it is in the third house in the USA chart I use. But aside from that, this is going to be hectic and crazy. Mars Rahu. This will cause upsets, violence, possibly attacks. And let me go back to another big date. The last few days of February, when Mars crosses over the previous eclipse degree, which is 4 degrees of Aquarius. This is intense. Why? Because here's the rule of thumb. Whenever we have an eclipse, that degree, which is 4 degrees Aquarius, that's where the sun and moon come together and form a solar eclipse on February 17th. That degree portion is like a landmine. It lays dormant till a planet crosses over it, and then something happens, either conjuncts or opposes. Mars is going to cross the previous eclipse degree on February 27th and 28th. These are the 2 days of caution. But really, it could happen the day after that. It's just that is its exactness. But right at that time, it is like a landmine. So this is the issue, Mars crossing over the previous eclipse degree. Now, remember what I said. I said Mars would be in the nakshatra of Dhanishta, and that will be on February 14th. So it's already there till March 3rd. Because Dhanishta is partially in Aquarius and Capricorn. It's going to be intense. Mars is going to be heated up at that time. But then Shatabhishak gives it a whole different energy of major extremes as Mars gets closer and closer and finally does conjunct Rahu on the 13th and 14th of March. Then we have, by March 20th, Mars will enter into the nakshatra from Shatabhishak into Purva Bhadrapada on March 20th, and all the way till it goes into Pisces. This nakshatra flanks between Aquarius and Pisces. So Purva Bhadrapada is not an easy nakshatra, but I gotta say Shatabhishak is the most potent. So let me give you those parameters so you got it in your mind. So it will be March 3rd that Mars enters into Shatabhishak till March 20th. And this is where I think there's going to be more sightings of extraterrestrial crafts, spaceships, things with space, discoveries, all sorts of things are going to be flooding the news. Because Shatabhishak is the sky watcher. It deals with space. It deals with life beyond this world. And another thing, it's also the 100 healers. So I get that there's going to be some major health and healing discoveries while Mars is in Shatabhishak. As a matter of fact, I went back. I know you've heard me say this before, but let me remind you, I went back to the last time that Mars was conjunct Rahu in that nakshatra. Now, Mars has been conjunct Rahu many times in Aquarius, but not in that nakshatra. It was always in Purva Bhadrapada previously before. Mars actually goes to the whole zodiac once every 2 years. So it's going to come back around within a 2-year span and conjunct Rahu. But it's probably going to be in a different sign. Of course it is. But then, to be in that nakshatra, the very last time I charted it back was in 1896. And during that year, they discovered X-rays and started using X-rays in medicine in terms of seeing what's wrong inside the body. So it's huge, a huge medical discovery. we're going to have the same. Wait and see. Now, another thing is, this AI is going to really help us with medical discoveries. It's way beyond our comprehension where it's going. I think that we've gotten information from a higher intelligence, let me just say, from this planet, in terms of the medical discoveries, where they're coming from, if you want to know the truth. But I think this whole time that Mars is in Aquarius, and specifically Shatabhishak, you're going to see medical discoveries beyond belief. You're going to hear about things from outer space that you never knew about. And the whole alien thing is going to really get revved up during that time. Mars is energy. We're placing it in the nakshatra that deals with extraterrestrials, life beyond this planet, and healing discoveries. So you got it. Look, this is going to be an incredible time, but do be aware. There can be attacks, especially during that time that Mars crosses over that previous eclipse degree. And that's the very end of February. And do be aware that when Mars conjuncts Rahu, there can be attacks and crazy, violent things happening around March 13th to the 14th. So that gives it to you. Watch Mars, which is the biggest triggering planet for action, for violence, for events, for injuries, for extremes. It's going to be happening. So get ready and watch how the planets take charge and change our world. So with that, I think I'll close. If you want to find out more about me, go to my website, galacticcenter.org. Thank you.